And new WBA Super Lightweight Champion, and his name is Gervonta Tank Davis. Nate, Gervonta Tank Davis defeated Mario Barrios by an 11th round TKO. Overall, Nate, this was a pretty interesting fight. All right, and for the most part of this fight, Nate, it was a chess match. It was basically that they were feeling each other out for the longest time, and it didn't seem like in the beginning, Nate, nobody was like really landing anything. It didn't seem like like there were some punches coming in, but until and I feel like things didn't start heating up until the eighth round. But before I get to that, let me just read the stats real quick, Nate. So Gervonta Tank Davis, he landed 96 out of 296 of his punches, which is a percentage of 32.4%. And Mario Barrios landed 93 out of 394, which is a percentage of 23.6%. Overall, Nate, I was looking at the unofficial scorecard before the fight ended. If for the first 5 out of 6 rounds, they had Barrios beating Gervonta Tank Davis. So it seemed like the early rounds, what I think Barrios did really well, Nate, was I feel like that jab was really pushing Gervonta back. And it wasn't rocking him or nothing like that, but I felt like that jab was really pushing Gervonta back to the point where he couldn't get close enough to Barrios to land something crisp. But he was landing some decent punches. Just for both fighters, there wasn't anything where you could look at in the early rounds into the eighth and be like, oh my God, he rocked them, or whatever the case might be, or what a powerful shot. There were shots where like Gervonta would hit him and it kind of backed up Mario Barrios a little bit, but I didn't see that shot, that huge shot, and that was gonna rock neither fighter, or that hurt either fighter until the eighth round, Nate. Let me tell you something, okay? Gervonta said, "I ain't playing no more games," and just decided to go full ham on the eighth round. This man literally went low, came back high, and hooked Mario Barrios, sent him to the ground. And then what I found so funny was he knocked out Mario Barrios. Mario Barrios got back up and he ran at Mario Barrios. I was like, yo, this dude wants to become a track star in the middle of a boxing event. But overall, he ended up knocking him down again. And look, I gotta give a lot of credit to Mario Barrios. That kid has heart. This man got knocked down by Gervonta Tank Davis 3 times total in this fight, 2 times in the eighth, with like a minute and with I want to say about like over a minute left, and he hung in there. And not only that, he wasn't like running around the ring or nothing like that. Like he actually was fighting with Gervonta in that eighth round after getting knocked out twice. So I got to give him a lot of heart. I got to give him a lot of credit. He has a lot of heart, Nate. Um, Next thing you know, the 11th round came, and Gervonta Davis landed a beautiful body shot, Nate. That body shot hit Mario Barrios, and Mario Barrios was on the ground. And again, I gotta give Mario Barrios a lot of credit. He got back up from that, because you don't see fighters get back from body shots like that. Like we seen Ryan Garcia hit Luke Campbell with a body shot, and that ended up stopping the fight. You don't see a lot of fighters get up from those body shots, because body shots, I feel like, hurt the most. Like when you get hit in the head, obviously you go down and everything, and obviously it's going to take a toll on you the next day. But you're able to get back up, but you're able to get back up. But when you get hit by those body shots, Nate, those are those are grueling. That's the best way I can describe it. Those are grueling. But overall, he was able to get back up. Gervonta Davis went back on the attack, hurt him on the ropes, and then the referee ended up stopping the fight. But I got to give respect to Mario Barrios. That fight was stopped, and it wasn't stopped with him on the ground. Every single time he got on the ground, he got right back up, and he showed the heart of a fighter. It's as simple as that. So I got to give him a lot of credit. But overall, Nate, I was surprised that they had Gervonta Davis losing the first 5 out of 6 rounds. But again, I should have seen this coming, because the same thing happened in the Gamboa fight when he first decided to jump up weight. When he first decided to jump up weight, it took him a long time to kind of get used to Gamboa. And I thought this was going to go to distance, and it was 2 rounds away from going to distance. And I'm being honest with you, he knocked him out. He TKO'd him in the 11th round, so it was pretty close to going to distance. But at the end of the day, Gervonta Davis handled what he needed to handle, and that was that. And what I like was, obviously, we know the relationship that Gervonta Davis has with Floyd Mayweather. I like that because Floyd Mayweather was in his ear a lot in that fight. Like you can actually hear Floyd Mayweather talking to him during the fight. That's how loud Floyd was. But I do respect the fact that Floyd said, "You're down those scorecards." I do respect that. And Gervonta looks at him and goes, "What?" He couldn't believe it. But I'm glad that Floyd did that, because it gave Gervonta Davis a sense of, all right, now I got to go do what Tank does. And he ended up doing what Tank does, and TKO'd Mario Barrios. And it shows how powerful Gervonta Tank Davis is. He went up a weight class and he ended up knocking down Mario Barrios 3 times and ended up TKOing him. So it shows you that his power is for real. Now, you asked me what's next for Gervonta Davis. You want to know the fight I really want to see? I want to see Gervonta Davis versus Josh Taylor. If he's going to decide to stay right there, that'll be a fantastic fight. What better way to make his name than become an undisputed junior welterweight champion? What better way, Nate? You can't think of any. And Josh Taylor, as we know, he is the undisputed junior welterweight champion. Gervonta Tank Davis ends up beating him, he becomes undisputed. So you never know. That's a fight I'd be willing to see. If Gervonta Davis wants to go back to 135, there's so many fights you can make over there. You can make him versus Ryan Garcia, him versus Devin Haney will be great. But overall, Lomachenko, he had a great last fight. But overall, Nate, if I think that's the best fight for Gervonta Davis to have is him versus Josh Taylor. I think that fight really does build his legacy into bigger than what it is. So with that being said, congratulations to Gervonta Davis on becoming the new WBA Super Lightweight Champion. As for Mario Barrios, again, it's back to the drawing board. But I will say this: Mario Barrios, he did do a great job for as long as this fight was going on. He showed the heart of a fighter, and not only that, he showed times in this fight where he was kind of controlling the pace of the fight as well. So again, he put up a good fight, but again, it's back to the drawing board.
Right. I'm gonna be honest with you, Mario. At least this is towards me anyway. This fight, I'm gonna be honest, was kind of boring. Not a lot really happened in this fight up until the end. That's when it started to get really exciting. But like the first 5 or 6 rounds, it was really just them running around, throwing a couple punches, and that was really it.
Right.
So I'm gonna be honest, I really wasn't all that much entertained by this fight, but overall it was a good fight. It was a good win. I did hear Floyd Mayweather say that he was down in the cards, down in the scorecards and all that. So I did hear that.
The unofficial one at that. We don't know the real
yeah,
ones.
right. So I gotta give Mario Barrios a lot of credit. A lot of the guys Gervonta Davis faces, the first time they get knocked out is the last time they get knocked out. You know what I mean? So I gotta give Mario Barrios a lot of credit. He had a lot of heart in him, like you mentioned. And going back to what you said about how body shots hurt more than headshots, I disagree with you for the one reason. It depends on the person. Because everybody reacts to things differently. Someone can actually have a real serious issue with their head afterwards. Other people have a real serious issue with their body after that. So it really depends on the person. You know what I mean? But that's just my reasoning as to why I disagree. But overall, Mario, this was a pretty good fight towards the end. I just feel like the first half of it, there really wasn't anything going on. So I did watch this fight a little bit, and I ended up falling asleep during it, which is probably why I fell asleep, because it was just a little bit boring to me. But I kind of regret falling asleep because I watched the highlights, and towards the end, that fight was going crazy, dude. That fight went nuts because Gervonta was like, he was like, boom, boom, bam, man. He wasn't stopping. So when you look at how Gervonta Davis was becoming so aggressive, right? Obviously, Mario Barrios had to be just as, if not more aggressive, right? I feel like he wasn't controlling that aggressiveness. Like, he was landing his punches, don't get me wrong, but there was a lot of punches that he just did not land. I feel like he was being too aggressive. And I feel like that opened the hole for Gervonta Davis to take him down once and for all. And that's what I said on Friday. It's all gonna come down to who's gonna take advantage of that open hole. That's what I said, and that's what Gervonta Davis ended up doing. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's why Mario Barrios ended up doing the way he did. But overall, Mario, it was a good win by Gervonta Davis, and I still got to give Mario Barrios a lot of credit. He held his line for the longest time, and that's a true fighter right there. So overall, Mario, with that being said, best of luck to both fighters. Again, congratulations to Gervonta Davis. It's back to the drawing board for Mario Barrios. So best of luck to both fighters, and we'll see where it goes from here.